Hi guys, today we are going to go over lesson 5.4, Inequalities in one triangle. And this is the learning target. I can use theorems to compare the sides and angles of a triangle. So this is a little different than what we have been learning with our orthocenter and incenter and circumcenter and centroid, but it's still triangle theorems. So our central question, what are some relationships between the sides and the angles of any triangle? So we're going to investigate the side and angle relationships. We draw a right triangle and a non-right triangle. How is the largest angle measure of each triangle related to the side length? So in our right triangle, angle A is the largest angle and BC is the longest side. So you might notice something. Angle P appears to be obtuse in this triangle, while angle Q and angle R appear to be acute. So angle P is the biggest. The largest angle, angle P, is across from the longest side, segment QR. So the largest angle appears to be opposite the longest side. This is true. So we try. Which angle measure appears to be the smallest in triangle MNP? How is it related to the side lengths? So if the longest side is across from the biggest angle, it would make sense if the smallest angle is across from the smallest side. So angle N appears to be the smallest angle. Because it is opposite the shortest side. Based on the length. 8 is the smallest. So we actually have a theorem for this. If two sides of a triangle are not congruent, then the larger angle lies opposite the longer side. So we're going to do some comparing. So we're going to use that theorem 5.9 to support a triangular piece of a float. A brace is placed at the largest angle and a guide wire is placed at the smallest angle. Which angle is the largest? Which angle is the smallest? So based on side lengths, the largest angle has to be across from the largest side. So the largest angle is angle C. Similarly, angle B must be the smallest angle because it is across from the smallest side. So if we can continue to compare things on this you try, go ahead and pause the video and you try it out. Okay, so hopefully you've tried it. Which angle is the largest? Well, the angle has to be across from the largest side. 14 is the biggest side length, so angle E is the largest. Without knowing any degrees or anything, we know it must be the biggest. Angle D must be the smallest because it is across from the smallest side. If we place these in order from smallest to largest, we know angle D is the smallest. Angle F must be the medium because it is across from the medium side. And then angle E is the largest because it is across from the biggest side. So we also have a converse to this theorem. If two angles of a triangle are not congruent, then the longer side lies opposite the larger angle. So if we're given angle stuff, we can tell. So example 3 says use theorem 5.10. Which side of this triangle is the longest? Now here's the deal. We need to do some math to figure out how big angle K is, just in case it's the biggest angle. So we know triangles degrees add and equal 180. So we're going to take 50 plus 62 plus the measure of angle K has to equal 180. We do our addition, 112 plus the measure of angle K equals 180. And when I subtract, I get that the measure of angle K is equal to 68 degrees. And what do you know? Even though it wasn't given to us, it's actually the biggest angle measure, which means the longest side is across from it. So LM is my longest side because it is across from the biggest angle. So now we're going to identify the side lengths of NOP based on smallest, medium, and biggest. First of all, though, we need to find the measure of angle O, so same thing, do the math. 65 plus 58 plus the measure of angle O has to equal 180. We solve. Oh, this was supposed to be a you try. Hopefully you had paused. If not, pause now and try to finish it. So the measure of angle O should equal 57 degrees. So that does not make it the biggest. So the longest side is not across from it. The longest side is across from angle P, which is NO. Ooh, actually, I am wrong. Hopefully you caught that. That's not the biggest angle. 65 is the biggest. So across from 65, if you got confused, I'm so sorry. PO is actually the biggest segment. My bad. Needed to check closer. 65 is the biggest angle, so PO is the biggest segment. Now if I look for the smallest angle, make sure I actually find the smallest one. 57 is the smallest, which means NP is the smallest segment. Or shortest, however you want to say it. So now if we put them in biggest to smallest based on the segments, not on the angles, our biggest segment is PO. Our medium segment is across from the medium side, NO. And our smallest is NP. So biggest to smallest here, PO, NO, and then our smallest is NP. And we're going to pause there. We will finish these notes at another time. Just make sure you have gone through these and have written them down. Have a great day.